9 amazing qualities of older people who like to be alone. Have you ever found comfort in a quiet morning with just your thoughts and a warm cup of tea? Maybe you've discovered that solitude isn't something to be feared, but something to be cherished. As we grow older, the way we connect with ourselves becomes more meaningful than ever before. This video is a gentle celebration of those who enjoy their own company, not because they're lonely, but because they've learned the quiet strength that lives within. Whether you're someone who prefers a peaceful afternoon with a good book, or you've simply come to appreciate the calm moments between life's noise, you're in the right place. Today, we'll explore some of the subtle yet powerful qualities that make older people who enjoy solitude truly special. And if anything resonates with you along the way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's make this a space where wisdom and kindness meet. Now, let's get started. Number 1. A deep and quiet confidence. There's something truly special about the quiet confidence that comes with age, especially in those who have grown to enjoy their own company. It's not boastful, not loud, but you can feel it in the way they carry themselves. It's a kind of confidence that says, I know who I am, and I'm at peace with it. Over time, solitude becomes a mirror, not to judge, but to understand. And through those quiet reflections, many older adults discover strengths they didn't even know they had. It might come from years of journaling, from walking alone in nature, or simply sitting in silence after a long day. That kind of self-awareness doesn't happen overnight, but once it does, it settles in like a steady heartbeat. People like this don't need to chase approval or compete for attention. Their confidence is calm, earned, and deeply rooted in knowing their own worth. Number 2. The beauty of self-reliance. As the years go by, there's a quiet kind of strength that begins to bloom, one that comes from doing things your own way, in your own time. Older adults who enjoy solitude often develop a beautiful sense of self-reliance. They've learned how to navigate life without waiting for someone else to chart the course. Whether it's managing the household, planning a solo trip, or simply deciding what brings them joy, they trust themselves. And that trust, it's earned through decades of experience, trial and error, and knowing when to let go. There's no rush, no pressure to impress. Just the calm assurance that comes with being capable, resourceful, and free to live life on one's own terms. This kind of independence isn't about doing everything alone. It's about knowing you can and choosing what feels right. And that freedom, it's one of life's quiet triumphs. Number 3. Creativity that comes from within. There's something magical that happens when the world slows down and the mind is left to wander. For many older people who enjoy their solitude, this is when creativity truly shines. It's not about painting masterpieces or writing best-selling novels, though some do. It's about expressing the heart in simple, honest ways. Maybe it's tending to a garden with care, stitching a quilt that holds memories in every patch, or scribbling poems in the quiet of the evening. Creativity, in these moments, becomes less about impressing others and more about nourishing the soul. Solitude creates space for imagination to roam and for the inner voice to be heard clearly. And what's beautiful is that this creativity isn't forced. It flows naturally, like a soft river shaped by time and experience. In these quiet acts of creation, we find pieces of the soul, gentle reminders that life's beauty often blooms in stillness. Number 4. A rich inner world. Those who are comfortable being alone often carry within them something truly extraordinary. A rich and vibrant inner world. It's not always visible from the outside, but if you sit with them long enough, you'll sense it in their words, in their reflections, and in the quiet wisdom they offer so effortlessly. This richness comes from years of observing life, reflecting deeply, and finding meaning in moments that others might overlook. It's the kind of insight that doesn't come from noise or crowds, but from stillness, from long walks, favorite books, silent prayers, or the gentle hum of everyday routines. Their thoughts are layered, their memories vivid, and their perspectives often surprising. When they speak, there's depth. When they listen, there's presence. Spending time with someone who lives in this kind of inner richness is like opening a book you didn't know you needed, one filled with wonder, grace, and quiet strength. Number 5. Emotional strength. Woven through the years. Life has a way of testing all of us, but those who've grown comfortable in solitude often develop a quiet emotional strength that's nothing short of inspiring. It's not about hiding feelings or pretending everything is fine. No, it's about facing life's storms with grace and learning to find peace even in the midst of heartache. Older adults who embrace time alone have usually learned how to process emotions without rushing to fix them or push them away. They've sat with grief, walked alongside sorrow, and found healing in silence. This emotional resilience doesn't always shout. It whispers, steadies, and uplifts. It's the kind of strength that helps one endure loss, adapt to change, and continue forward with dignity. And in that stillness, they often become a quiet anchor for others, showing, not by words, but by example, that it's possible to carry both sadness and serenity in the same heart. Number 6. Finding joy in simple things. There's a special kind of joy that comes with age, a joy that doesn't need grand events or loud applause. For those who enjoy solitude, happiness is often found in the smallest, most ordinary moments. A warm ray of sun through the kitchen window, the sound of birdsong in the early morning, a favorite chair, a familiar tune, or a perfectly brewed cup of tea. This ability to savor life's quiet offerings is a gift that grows over time. It's mindfulness in its purest form, being present, being content, and finding beauty in what others might overlook. Many older people who value their alone time speak of gratitude as a daily practice, not just a feeling. And that gratitude, it softens the heart, slows the pace, and brings a gentle smile that doesn't fade easily. In a world that often moves too fast, this kind of slow joy is something truly precious. Number 7. Gentle hearts full of empathy. Solitude doesn't harden the heart, it softens it. Many older people who spend time alone become deeply empathetic, their understanding of others shaped by years of reflection, quiet observation, and personal experience. They've felt life's joys and sorrows deeply, and that emotional depth gives them a special kind of compassion. They don't rush to give advice or fill silence with words. Instead, they listen, truly listen, with a heart that understands. Their empathy isn't loud or dramatic, but steady and sincere. A kind glance, a thoughtful gesture, a few words at just the right time. These are their ways of reaching out. Having spent time alone, they've learned to sit with their own emotions, which makes them more comfortable sitting with someone else's. And that comfort, it's a balm in their quiet way. They remind us that sometimes the most powerful thing we can offer another person is simply being present. Number 8. The strength of knowing when to say no. As we age, we begin to understand that peace is precious, and those who embrace solitude often become masters at protecting it. One of the most empowering lessons they learn is how to set healthy boundaries, not out of selfishness, but out of wisdom. They've come to realize that not every invitation needs a yes, and not every opinion needs a response. Saying no, gently but firmly, becomes a way of honoring their energy, their time, and their emotional well-being. This ability to set limits comes from experience, from learning the cost of overextending and the value of rest. It's about choosing what nourishes the soul and kindly stepping away from what drains it. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doorways to a more balanced life. And those who live this way show us that true strength often lies not in doing more, but in knowing when to pause and simply breathe. Number 9. Deeper, more meaningful connections. It's a beautiful myth to break, that people who enjoy solitude don't value relationships. In truth, many older adults who cherish their alone time often hold their relationships even closer to the heart. They don't seek quantity, they seek quality. Time spent in solitude helps them recharge, reflect, and show up fully when they do connect with others. Their friendships may be fewer, but they are deeper. Each conversation is intentional. Every moment shared is truly felt. When they sit down for a chat or write a heartfelt letter, they're present, they've learned the value of time, and they give it generously to those they care about. There's no pretense, just sincerity, kindness, and appreciation. Their ability to balance solitude with meaningful social bonds is a quiet art, and through that balance, they teach us that love doesn't need to be loud to be deeply, profoundly felt. As we come to the end of this gentle reflection, perhaps you've seen a bit of yourself, or someone you love, in these quiet strengths. The older we get, the more we come to understand that solitude isn't about being alone. It's about coming home to ourselves. In that stillness, there is wisdom. In that quiet, there is healing. And in choosing to spend time alone, many older adults uncover gifts they never expected. Self-awareness, creativity, empathy, peace. So if you're someone who finds comfort in your own company, know that there is beauty in your way of being. You are not missing out. You are tuning in, and that is something truly special. If any of this touched your heart, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share your thoughts, your stories, or simply say hello. And if you enjoyed this gentle journey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, take care of your soul.